Hello and welcome to today's video. And today's video has to do with what kind of pain are you carrying? Are you carrying pain because maybe you lost someone you loved or someone you cared about, or maybe you're just missing certain things in your life? Maybe you don't have a good relationship with your family or a good relationship with yourself. Today's subject is going to be about emotional pain. I'm going to read off of two articles here. One is going to be very brief, kind of give you an understanding or a meaning of emotional pain. And then the next one, I'm going to read most of it. And there are some questions at the bottom that I want to go over because you might have these questions yourself. And the reason this video and channel exists is because I want you to be a better person for yourself. I would like for you to be a stronger person, to get to know yourself, to get to love yourself, and understand that you are valuable, regardless of what has happened or what you have done in your life. I've done a lot of things that I'm not really proud of, and really, who really is, right? But the point is, you are worth time, your time. Okay, so how emotional pain affects your body. Emotional pain is pain or hurt that originates from non-physical sources. Sometimes this emotional distress is the result of the actions of others. Maybe you got bullied. Maybe people want to gang up on you and think that they're going to make you feel a certain way. Other times it might be the result of regret. Maybe you're thinking that, oh man, I should have talked to this person at the gym. Or maybe you're thinking about, maybe I should have said this or that to someone. So there's regret, grief, or loss. In other cases, it might be the result of an underlying mental health condition such as depression or anxiety. If you're depressed, you're thinking about the past, what you didn't do, what you should have done, and then it renders you stagnant, right? You sit there, maybe you don't have the strength to do anything around your home. Maybe you don't want to clean. Maybe you sometimes don't even want to do your laundry. Also, it brings anxiety, all right? So underlying mental health conditions such as depression or anxiety. If you feel anxious, you're thinking about the future. No matter what the case, no matter what the cause, this psychological pain can be intense and significant, affect many different areas of your life. That's why I'm making this video, because regardless of where you go, whether you go to work or you stay home and do the things you got to do, the pain goes with you. That's the point. Okay. While it is often dismissed as being less serious than physical pain, it is important that emotional pain is taken seriously. There are a number of common feelings that are associated with emotional pain that can have an impact on both your physical and mental health, also known as psychic pain, spiritual pain, psychalgia, I hope I'm saying that right, emotional suffering, psychological pain, algophysicalia, I hope I'm saying that right, soul pain, or mental pain. Do you identify with any of these? And if you do, subscribe, because these are the things that I want to do on this channel, is to help you become a better person for you, not for anybody else, not for some other person, but you, so you can have a better life, so you can learn to let go of certain things, so you can find freedom in your life. Symptoms of emotional pain. Symptoms of emotional pain can include feelings of deep sorrow, sadness, excuse me, or depression, grief, intense distress, loneliness, and isolation. Negative emotions, panic, rage, shame, and worthlessness. If you feel this way, please get out of your home, go for a drive, go see someone you love, go see someone you can trust. Avoid drugs, alcohol, and things like that. All right. So the next part of the video we have here is embracing pain for personal growth. Now, this is a short article, and like I mentioned, there are some frequent asked questions at the end of the video that might resonate with you, or you might have these questions yourself. All right. So again, this video is for you to get some relief from whatever ails you. So in the journey of life, pain is an inevitable companion. We know that, right? People want to use other people. People are faking their life. People fake it till they make it, but some of them don't, because you never get to know yourself. You have to get to know who you are to be a solid person. You have to know yourself to love yourself. You have to know yourself to stand up for yourself. You have to know yourself to know that you deserve respect. Every human being deserves respect. All right? Everybody. But everything has to do with you. It is a universal experience transcending all boundaries in race, religion, and socioeconomic status. However, how we perceive and react to pain can significantly influence our lives. Again, depression, anxiety, and so on. This article it explores the profound concepts of making peace with pain and how it can lead to fearlessness and freedom. See what I'm saying? Freedom. It delves into the idea that pain doesn't magically disappear, but our ability to learn to lean into it rather than run from it can transform our experiences of suffering. This channel is about ideas for you, the viewer. Understanding pain. Pain in its various forms is a part of the human experience. It can be physical, such as pain from an injury or illness, or emotional, such as loss, rejection, or failure. Regardless of its source, pain signals that something is wrong. It is a call to action, a prompt to change something in our lives or within ourselves. See what I'm saying? There's something that needs to change in your life, and that's you. All right? Not someone else or some situation. It's you have to change. However, the typical reaction to pain is fear. We fear pain. It is uncomfortable because it disrupts our lives and because it reminds us of our vulnerability. This fear often leads us to avoid pain at all costs. So a lot of us isolate ourselves. A lot of us don't go for what we really want because of fear and pain. So this fear often leads us to avoid pain at all costs, to run from it, or to brace ourselves against it. But what if there was another way to approach pain? What if we could make peace with it? Wouldn't that be nice? So you can move forward, so you can have a happier life, a happier day. All right? How is it? How do you wake up in the mornings? Right? You wake up, there's some constant memories that start to fire, and most of ours aren't nice, aren't positive, they're negative, right? How do you wake up? Do you wake up grumpy? Do you hate your life? Do to hate your choices, well, there's room for you to improve your life because it's up to you. Every day you have a chance to change your life. Making peace with pain. Making peace with pain is not about denying or suppressing it. It is about acknowledging its presence, understanding its purpose, and learning to live with it. It is about changing our relationship with pain. When we make peace with pain, we stop fearing it. We stop seeing it and seeing it as an enemy to be defeated and start seeing it as a teacher. That's the point. A guide, a catalyst for growth. We stop trying to avoid or resist it and start leaning on it. We allow ourselves to feel the pain, to experience it fully, without judgment or resistance, meaning start meditating. All right? And notice your thoughts. What's racing in your mind? And don't judge them, and see how your body feels. Okay, there's times where some of my past memories pop in, and sometimes I get memories that I don't want to think about. So I try to kick them out because it doesn't feel good, right? But the point is to feel the pain and learn from it instead of running away from it. You see, that's what this is saying here. We allow it to flow through us, to do its work, and then to leave. So you are an observer of your thoughts. It doesn't mean that the pain will magically disappear and we won't feel pain anymore, or that we won't suffer from it anymore. But it does mean that we won't suffer from it anymore. And that's the key. Not suffering with it anymore. Because suffering is not caused by pain. Because suffering is not caused by pain itself, but by our resistance to it. When we stop resisting, fearing, and making peace with pain, we stop suffering. Wouldn't that be nice, right? That's the point. Freedom, the freedom in pain. All right, and you're watching Let's Talk About It with Mario Vega, and this channel is a channel about ideas, a channel for you to stop drinking, to stop doing drugs, to stop P-Hub addiction, sex addiction, and things like that. Because I, like millions of other people, suffered with that. I drank for about 20 some years, 25 years, 26, 25 years. And, suffered with a lot of things that you might be suffering with. And the point of this channel is to let you know that there's a different life away from drinking and what I just mentioned. All right. That's what this channel is about. Gaining freedom. But right now we're going to talk about freedom from pain. So there's a profound freedom that comes from making peace with pain. It is the freedom from fear, from the constant need to avoid or resist the pain. Because what do? Right? We drink. Right? And then we add women, and then we add drugs. But the pain remains, right? The pain remains till next weekend. Would you like to get off that hamster wheel? I know I did. I got off that hamster wheel, and it is really nice to not be on that wheel. All right. It is the freedom to live fully and experience all the joys and sorrows, the highs and lows, the pleasures and pains of life without fear or resistance. See what I'm talking about? When we make peace with pain, we become fearless. Would you like that? Because you get to know yourself. You get to know that you can beat addiction, that you can beat P-Hub addiction, that you can beat the sweet vagina voodoo magic. Wouldn't you like to have control of your life? You will become fearless, like it says here. If we can face the most uncomfortable, the most painful experiences of life without fear, what is left to be afraid of? If we can lean into pain, if we can suffer without actually suffering, what can hold us back? You see, people, wherever I go, whether it's at work or out and about or at the gym, people come up against me thinking, maybe this guy is full of himself. I've done a lot of work. While you were out drinking, doing drugs, womanizing, watching P-Hub, while you're doing that, I'm doing this. So if my fearlessness, my confidence bothers you, it has to do with you. You, not me. I don't talk to you. I don't bother you. I don't talk about your family, or I don't plot against you. I do nothing but show up. And then people have problems. That's what I'm here to offer. Freedom for you. Conclusion. Here we go. Making peace with pain is not easy. It requires courage. Do you have it? Patience. You don't have that. And perseverance. Most people don't. It requires a willingness to face our fears, confront our vulnerabilities, and embrace our pain. Can you do that? No, you probably can't. All right. But the point is that you can, if you choose to it, if you're willing to confront yourself. But the reward are immense. When we make peace with pain, we not only free ourselves from suffering, but we also free ourselves to live fully, love deeply, and grow and evolve as a human being. You see, this is what people have a problem with. I evolved, and they didn't, and then they plot. And then they want to talk shit about me because it's happened most of my life. And it happens to this very fucking day. Jealous, envious people that think they can't change their lives. But you can. It just requires work and looking into the mirror. So let us make peace with our pain. Let us embrace it. Lean into it. Learn from it. Let us transform our suffering into wisdom, our fears into courage, our pain into power, personal power. In the end, it is not the pain that defines us, but how we respond to it. And when we respond with acceptance, courage, and love, we are truly free. So questions right here. What is the typical reaction to pain? You might be asking. The typical reaction to pain is fear. We fear pain because it is uncomfortable, disrupts our lives, and reminds us of our vulnerability. This fear often leads us to avoid pain at all costs, to run from it, or to brace ourselves against it, or go against someone that is doing absolutely nothing to you because you fear something. So you want to get a gang of other people that are just as broke as you and go against that person. What does making peace with pain means? Making peace with pain is not about denying or suppressing it. It is about acknowledging its presence, understanding its purpose, and learning to live with it. It is about changing the relationship with pain. When we make peace with pain, we stop fearing it and start seeing it as a teacher, a guide, a catalyst for growth. Does making peace with pain mean that pain will disappear? Hell no. No. Making peace with pain does not mean that pain will magically disappear or that we won't feel pain anymore. but it does mean that we won't suffer from it any longer. What is the freedom in pain? There is a profound freedom that comes from making peace with pain. It is the freedom from fear, from constant need to avoid and resist pain. How can we make peace with pain? Making peace with pain is not an easy task. It requires courage, patience, and perseverance. It requires a willingness to face our fears. And so, as you enter the ending of the video, I want you to honestly look at yourself and ask yourself, are you willing to be the catalyst of change in your life? This is up to you. It's not up to anybody else. These videos are for people who are seriously thinking about changing their lives. People who do not want to end up with cirrhosis of the liver. People who don't want to be depressed anymore. People who want to have courage. People who want to have a backbone. That is what is offered here in this channel. And it all has to do with you. You don't need drugs. You don't need alcohol. You don't need women. You don't need any of the things that is out in the world to find what you find in this video. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I leave women alone. I just mind my own business. And that's all I need. And I would like you to also be a strong person so you can have freedom from everything else. So I will see you in a later video.